Welcome back to the Insiders, another episode for you. Today we are wrapping up our thoughts on the Chopes event, plus a little bit more. So listen in. But before we dive into the episode, I just want to say a huge thank you to DB Journey for supporting us. As we've said before, DB Journey are the best luggage bags, board bags, backpacks, whatever you want, even kind of the bags that you can put in your bags. We have a link in our bio where you can score a discount. Just use the link, there's the code on there as well. But yeah, thanks so much for DB Journey, and this is our latest episode. What an event! Tia Hopu has delivered again. Um, we always earmark it as one of those events that we want it to, and it pretty much did. Round one to finals day was pretty epic, in my opinion. And yeah, what do you think, Daz?
I tell you what, though, just hearing you say the name of it, I tell you, I put it on our story. Raglan Surf Report did his
Hilarious.
little soft top. It was hysterical, man. Just for me, it was just his pronunciation of it.
Every
I
time
can't
it
remember how he
changed.
went. It was like Tiopo.
Yeah, every time it changed, it's absolutely hilarious.
It
Um,
is. That was unreal. What an event! I thought it was incredible. A couple of asterisks were ticked on everything I thought potentially would happen would. Uh, uh, Gabrielle Bryant, yellow jersey, can't ride a barrel. Luana Silva can't ride a barrel backside. Unfortunately, there's a couple of others as well. So, I mean, what do you do? They're going for world titles, and Yolanda Hopkins, which on paper on a right hand point or something like that, it's never going to be able to match him. Blew him out of the water. I thought that was sick. Seth Menez, sick, triple sick, sick as hell. Kelly's got another 10 years of legend status, and every single hater he can be so annoying. Fuck, it doesn't matter. He's just got 10 years like he got he did the best heat of the comp. Am I right or wrong?
as in the best score,
Yeah, I mean, just in the best
or
performance.
um, I think yeah, yeah, arguably yeah. Like
I wouldn't even. I reckon you'd have to be one of those people with sawdust between your ears to argue it. He took off on 10 footers, pin dropped, went back out, and then got two massive scores
yeah,
against a three times world champ who's 20 years younger than him. Find me another sport. Well, we don't have to talk about that, but I just thought the whole comp can be summed down to, and that's dumbing it down. Slater, Seth Moniz, who's just fucking sick. Like, Ala Moana bowls. You just see that Hawaiian heritage, how comfortable he is and stylish. And Aaron Brooks with the wobbly arms, who finally got back on the podium.
yeah, 100%. And I think like to be honest, there's a couple of other people who got maybe the wrong side on the finals day, especially there's the wrong side of some lows. But because I thought that Ramsey was just as good as anyone the whole comp. I thought Ramsey was unbelievable, and I think yeah, like maybe if he had a couple more waves come his way in his heat, he probably would have won it. And then onto the final.
Italo as well. Italo's
Yeah,
just relentless. I can't think of a better word to describe him. He's just relentless. He
apparently
gets
he's got a bad back. Like that's what he's doing with a bad back.
with a bad back.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
don't think he'll ever be right. I mean, he's too acrobatic. He's too energized. He's probably training too much. He's bopping probably too much Red Bull to slow down. I can't see how you can do all that and have a body that feels
maybe. I
painless.
I did feel for Katie Simmers. I thought that was a bit. I was quite looking forward to seeing how because Yolanda had pretty much at that point made it through based on the fact that she's willing to go, which is amazing. No taken away from Yolanda,
Yeah,
but
she definitely got lucky.
she I'm I'm gonna say she didn't
She
get lucky
made her
because
luck happen, but Katie's
yeah,
insane. It's a pity for Katie and Pickles, who she what? Oh, but she got beaten by Aaron, didn't she? She didn't get
yeah, yeah.
another wave, from what I
It was
hear.
just Katie obviously got that heavy one, and then she just sat in the channel like for 15 minutes, and um, yeah, apparently she just like fucked her back up or something.
Have you
Which was
seen about anything about it since?
not yet. No, they did. They said something about it, like apparently when she got back onto land, if she was turning her torso, she was in pain. But that was a shame because that was halfway through the heat, and I thought it was shaping up to be a really good heat. And Yolanda still got a good heat score in that heat. And like and Nat Lelior, um,
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention her epic event, epic
yeah, because
barrel line,
I watched her first.
sending it,
I watched her
fucking
first round,
sick.
her first round heat, and she scraped through, and she looked awful. Like she didn't look very good. But like halfway through her heat, she swapped boards from like a 6-2 to a 6-6, and they done like I was gonna say the whole event they were talking about boards quite a lot, and I thought it was really, really good. But she swapped boards, and as soon as she swapped to a longer board, she looked really, really good.
For sure, because even on top of that, that 6-6 isn't going to have a whole lot of foam. It's just going to be a little bit more rail line for it to hold in going down that face,
Yeah,
and a little bit more forward momentum in the tube. And she probably hasn't been able to surf Jopu a lot, but you can
no,
see that she's been to indoor places.
yeah,
I mean, I've read a couple of reviews saying, oh, they just want to talk about how she's from the Med, but hey, she made the world tour. Like, she hasn't just surfed Israel. Are you kidding me? She's been everywhere. She would have been to Maldives. I would say a shit ton. The Israelis get to the Maldives. They travel everywhere. She would have been to India a bunch of times, like places where you learn to ride a barrel and get better at riding barrel, which I literally don't understand how. Well, they just don't. I've come to the conclusion Gary O'Brien doesn't want to ride a backside barrel,
do you
because
think?
they just keep talking about her at one stage, saying, "Oh, she spent all this time in Fiji, but what was she doing? Backside snaps."
But do you think I was going to say that though? Do you think because obviously Fiji cloud break is quite a different proposition to Chopu? Like, um, I would say Chopu is more of a slab, right? Like in the way you got like you sometimes you see cloud break where it's almost like a roll in, and then you can set yourself with the barrel.
Yeah, cloud break's
And
going to be even more technical, but for them on their backside, she'll be out
yeah,
on the face. She won't get
yeah,
barreled. So then, like someone like Katie might not surf, uh, uh, and she got dusted Vahini, but that's it's going to be the same crew.
yeah,
I would say Vahini, the same crew take Katie out of it because I can't see her surfing. You never know. You never know.
never
Uh,
know.
and that she'll go good there too because she'll be run on confidence.
Yeah, and Yolanda, like she's not scared of chope, so she's definitely going to be all right
That
there.
barrel she got, that barrel you land, like I just reckon she's unreal. She's just,
Yeah,
like sometimes she looks like a half-sucked mango surfing a surfboard, a little bit wobbly and all that stuff. But like that pitch she got was insane. It was insane, like, and it stuck the drop. That's what it's all about. And she'll give it a good dig at she'll give it a real good dig at Fiji because she grew up serving Portugal. They get a shit ton of swell. They get
I
big
just
waves. So
yeah,
she's probably better when it's bigger.
I just love like how
She's positive.
she's super. She works so hard. Like
So
everyone
positive.
says, she's the hardest trainer. She spent a lot of time in Hawaii. She's working really hard, but also
She, she
I
looks
love
fit, man.
I love the fact that like, and I'm not saying that she's the best in the world, right? But like, say for anyone who follows cricket, if you watch Steve Smith, who's arguably in the top three best batsmen in the world right now, if you looked at his technique, you would teach it out of a kid. But he's made it work for him because he works hard. And she knows what she needs to do to make it work for her, and I applaud that. Like, and I'm like, yeah, good on you for um. And I can't remember right now if Yolanda even bothered going to like the US Open or um
No,
to
I don't think so. And
Felipe.
she's most probably going to get knocked off tour. But what a
Nah,
year she's had!
she's
What
jumped
a
up.
year she's had. You never know, but what a year she's had. You know what I mean? She's been able to travel the world with the world's best surfers every single time you see her. She's super stoked. She's super positive. Hopefully, Oscar Berry keeps that same vibe. And he got like an insane barrel on one of the warm-up
Yeah,
sessions.
I
What's
think
a second?
I think
Second was
Yolanda will make. I think she'll get it because I think she's going to get a result at Cloudbreak, and I think she's going to get a result at Pipe. And Pipe
I
is
don't understand like
one to
someone who's as
five
good a
points.
surfer as Luana Silva. I don't understand why they're not going somewhere with a coach to ride barrels.
Well, God, maybe they are,
Well,
but then maybe they are, and they do it in that setting, and then they got to do it in a heat, and it becomes harder. Who knows? Let's talk about
Felipe,
well,
why
let's
not?
yeah. I
The
mean,
funniest thing, it's not a funny thing.
he got Felipe got really lucky with um the fact that he got sent out on that day too. The fact that he um could get excused for being out there when it was basically toe sets is where he's going to get away with it this year. Another year where it's not been great for him.
Felipe is going to get a 3 footer at Trestles. He's going to annihilate the thing. He's going to turn around to the crowd. You know his claim where he beats his chest. He'll beat his chest like that. And he'll look at everyone and he'll point and he'll go, see, I can do it.
Yeah, yeah. What's your
No
prediction?
offense to him.
No, but what's your
Honestly, no
prediction
offense.
for Felipe at Cloudy? Because I reckon he might go okay at Cloudy. I think it's just a mental
He'll go
thing.
better at Cloudy than Chopes.
Yeah, I think I don't think he'll do major things, but I think he'll go like, and I think he could probably get away with
Yeah,
some
it's a different
scores.
sort of wave. He's just shocked by. He'd probably go. He could. Well, let's see.
Let's
Let's
see.
see. He's not bad backside, but I don't think he's got that big standing gape open barrel sort of. And that's what they're going to score. And it looks like I sent you a screenshot today. Let's hope that stick. It looks like they got a spell there. It'd be good to get Cloudbreak good after the
That'd be sick.
finals last year were kind of average, really.
Yeah, it'd be sick. And um, what about? I think I need to address. I mean, maybe both of us actually. We've both probably been pretty harsh on Aaron Brooks. I think the last episode, I'm kind of claiming like some credit for her win because in the last episode, I think I said, "Is she the new Kolohe Andino?" And then she went on to win an event to just obviously shut me up, which is fair enough and good on her. But pretty sick display in the final. She was comboed.
Who was that?
Erin Brooks.
Oh yeah, she was. And Nat had her in combo. Sorry about that. It's just chaos here. It's a Saturday. It's the 15th of August, and I've got these people coming in from trains, and all the trains are being cancelled. It's just hectic. You know, it's like public transport. National holiday. Erin, mate, I just think she's the worst person to watch surfing sometimes. But while she's in a maneuver, it's insane, and she can ride a barrel. Like, I mean, she's been doing this since she was 11 or 12, fully sponsored, but it's Rip Curl.
Yeah, I thought the one good thing this time round from her was that she came from behind. Like I think sometimes I don't know whether she gets like rattled, and I watch like the Snake's Tales things with Jake Patterson quite a bit, and she does come across pretty timid and kind of like a bit like not as like maybe as confident as maybe you think she would be as well. And so to come from behind, especially like 15 minutes left on the final and comboed, and then she dropped like basically 285s to win it. That last barrel she got was pretty sick.
Well, you want my opinion on that, Matty? I think she's probably one of the most fake ass person on the tour. I reckon she probably brushes that hair about 60,000 times a day. She's got the perfect look. She's got the glossy American hair. She's got the Instagram thing
She's
down to a
not even
T.
American.
She's all about Jesus. Yes, she is. She's all about
She's from
Jesus, all that
Canada.
bullshit. She's just about winning. Yeah, she's just about Canada. Where
Um,
did she grow up? Where did she
I,
grow up?
I don't. I think that's so harsh. And this will probably be good to go to our next point. I reckon if she was Australian, like it would be like all good. Um, I don't think she's fake. I think if you watch a lot of the
I'm
snake
not
tail
into
videos,
the shiny. I'm not into the shiny hair. Talk about fantastic about God all the time and everything, and then just paddle inside someone's snake and do whatever you have. Where was it at Huntington? Just fully, if you got priority, just run into someone nearly because you got priority. It's all about
well,
winning. Hey, just
talk,
say she
talking
wants to win. She
talking
wants to
about
win. She wants to have money. She wants to be a winner. It's nothing
talking
to do with
about
God.
priority. Um, Jack Robinson once again proved that he doesn't care about who he's surfing against.
He's
And
ruthless, isn't he?
yeah, but I can guarantee you, you're not going to agree with
Oh,
this
you
either.
say this all the time. I don't
If
care if he's a Brazilian or not. He's just ruthless.
If that was a Brazilian, you would be going
No,
mental.
I wouldn't.
You'd be saying that's a dog
What are
move,
you
blah blah
talking
blah.
about? Do you hear me say that about Medina? He
Yeah.
did it for years. Adriana de Souza was one of my favorite surfers. It's you that would say it, I think.
No,
I think
not
you
at
feel
all.
self-conscious. I think Adriana de Souza was insane, and I thought he had a good style. They're out there to win, mate. It's a comp. If we don't want to watch people fading people or doing what they, as long as they own it, Jack owns it. He doesn't care.
But
Huh?
you say he's out there and he's a competition, but there's rules in the competition where you don't fade people.
Listen, the rule in the competition said there was no, he had priority. Correct or not?
Well, yeah, they fucked up.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you think
There you go.
he should have lost priority?
Doesn't matter what I think. I've said
No,
this before. It
it's a
doesn't matter
question for
what I
you.
think.
Do you,
Uh,
if you were Callum Robson's coach, would you be watching that thinking, how has he not lost priority there?
yeah,
There you go.
but, but, like in cricket, like in tennis, like in whatever, when the umpire says a thing, that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the judges are the main thing, but I saw it
And Jack's
online.
just playing the game, and that's how he's got 8 wins,
The Lago
as well as the fact that he
the,
can ride a
the,
barrel.
the Lago boys put a thing up, basically calling it out and stuff, calling out the mistake from the
Yeah,
judge.
because the
Not
Largo boys jump off a cliff that old Dazza has to jump off a cliff.
no, I'm saying they put something up, and the comment section was pretty friendly compared to the comment section when Jack basically kicked his board at Sammy Pupo and got an interference, even though it was Jack's fault. Like, and I just think it's maybe not a Dazza thing, but maybe a Australian
Water off
thing.
It's water off a duck's back. Jack isn't a stereotypical Australian, mate. He grew up in this little rural town with his dad. He didn't go to school at all. He didn't even go to school, man. He doesn't have the same principles as other people. He doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. He's been doing yoga since he was like 14. Serene diet. He's married to a Brazilian. He's
So
married to a
I just
Brazilian.
wonder why Jack gets a
He
from
doesn't. You're
not
slagging him off,
from
aren't you?
from a lot of people in the surf
Which people?
media,
Which
like
people? If you had
Jed
just
Smith.
said on Largo that everyone
No,
kind of everyone wasn't nice to him, come off it. I read a million of people saying that they. You said it. That's why I looked at it.
I'm just saying if my personal opinion is if anyone looks at that, I think if you just literally changed it to Jack Robinho, it would be there would be blowing up.
I thought it was a pity he didn't win. What happened in his heat against Griff? Did
He got on the
Wave
wrong side.
starved?
Yeah, he got the wrong side of the waves. Griff, I think it was 11. I think he lost needing a five, and he literally for 12 minutes a wave just didn't come. Same thing happened to Raul Cleland.
Where's Griff in the ratings there?
He's
Geez,
just
he had a
moved.
good.
He's moved up to eighth. I think he's
Geez, he
eighth.
had a good. He did, didn't he? He had a good event again. I talked about
Yeah,
that the other day. He's potentially the, honestly, you could look at him and say he's the world, he's the unscored world champ because he's better than Jack in smaller waves. He's kind of got a bit of a better, you know what I mean? He's just behind Jack and maybe John and Medina in extreme hell barrels, but he's still there in the party. He's just behind Toledo maybe in small wave performance, but he's still on the party. He can do anything. I think. I think he's.
yeah.
I think he's nearly the best surfer in the world at the
I've,
moment.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard to argue that he's definitely he should be in the he should be higher up. He's eighth in the world. He
He's can.
definitely
He's going to go good at cloud break
he
too,
should do.
unless he runs into someone on fire, which could happen.
Yeah, he should. What surprised me is George Pittar's seventh in the world, in the seventh on the rankings right now.
Yeah, because he's having a cracker.
But it's like, I mean, obviously I know that he's having a good year and everything like that, but like it's kind of like in a really good way going under the radar. Like because I think he's going to go really good at cowbreak based on where he grew up and everything. Um, so really, really interesting. Like kind of it is getting closer to that really interesting part of the year really where things start to like kind of like even out and stuff. But at the moment, Brazil's still absolutely laughing at everyone. Um, and Leo is no longer uh, world number one.
No, that was quick. That was short, brief, but beautiful.
Yeah, and I mean, he ran into Ramsey, and Ramsey was on an absolute heater, wasn't he? So it's got kind of like you can't look at it and say that he didn't give it a crack. Do you know who I was going to say is the biggest disappointment from Chopes on the men's side? Which is funny because it's definitely Felipe, but you expect it, so it's not as disappointing. But Kanoa lost to Alejo Muniz in cooking waves, and I think Alejo had a 9 point heat total.
Yeah. That's a pity because Canoa actually isn't too bad out there, but
He's
he's
good.
not known as well for his fearlessness. And was that on one of the bigger ugly days?
Yeah, yeah, it was. But like
It was a hard heat. I mean, I
but he
didn't
got
see it.
given, yeah, it's a hard heat and everything, but like, and obviously everyone's good, but like, you'd be looking at that as Kanoa and seeing Alejo and thinking like, fuck, like he could have got Barron or Al Cleland or even like Kelly or Amio or whatever, and he's like, right, I've got Alejo. Kanoa should beat Alejo out at Chopes, like in my opinion. And yeah, it was pretty disappointing.
Well, you get that. Who else was disappointing? Because I only talked about the women before, which a few of them were disappointing.
I mean,
I mean,
Vahine, again, like there's depends on, but like my expectations of Vahine were higher than they were.
there's a bit like she got beaten by Isabel Nichols. They were scoring turns. I thought that was pretty silly.
Yeah,
They just kind of had weird. It's such a weird thing. It looked like it was smaller, and then the other times it was bigger.
yeah,
I mean, I don't really get it. Uh, I still thought it was a sick event, but before I forget, Manny, and I'm going to have to go soon, I just wanted to bring up like I just watched a couple of John clips, one where he was in Panama, and then another one where he's on the boat, which I thought it was fantastic, like a 6 minute video
yeah.
where he's
It's
filming all
called
these other people surfing.
called
There's
Slots
hardly
and
any of these.
Barrels.
Yeah, hardly any of these lame other YouTubers out there. They're always filming themselves and talking about themselves. It's just so great how I think with John's little series, how much he shows of the villages, how much he shows of the other stuff around it. I also think it's pretty rad for his son. Like
It's so sick. Yeah,
his son's there watching him. He just might think, geez, daddy's. that he can kind of catch any wave, can't he?
Yeah, it's like that. The funny thing is he's because he's traveling on the boat with his son and his son's quite isolated. Like he's probably getting to see his dad surf all the time, and maybe his son at the moment thinks like everyone should be able to do that. Like that's normal, and then he's gonna like go back to mainland or whatever and see how people actually surf, and he's gonna be like, oh shit, dad's pretty good. The other thing though, weirdly, because you said about him not talking and stuff, but showing other people. There's I forgot to say it on the last episode. It's been out a couple of weeks, but it's Jacob Wilcox, and it's like an 8 minute video called ASIM Hippie, and he gets on a couple of ASIMs with his mate, and his mate can really surf as well, and they surf sick waves, and it's not just surfing, it's not just Jacob talking. It's like a mix of everything, and his mates in it as well. And he shows other surfers in Western Isles. It's really really good. I think
Yeah, I
Jacob.
watched that. I thought it showed the fallbacks of those ASIMs because one side's a twin. You could see how many times he was about to slide out. They're super loose, but I think he's got so much power and technique using those waves that's something that you're going to have to surf a lot before for me he didn't look as good on it as what he'd look on a thruster in it because it was just too loose.
I think
Which they are. They're like 20s, I
uh,
guess. 20 on one side.
I think that's maybe due to his time on them as well. Because
Yeah,
you
yep.
look at Mikey Wright surfing now. Now he's had a good stint on them and he's on a lot of birches. He's if anything surfing better than he's ever surfed. So
Seems like they've got to lay off the power as they're going through that front side arc, but they don't. But is that something you want to do?
I don't
It
think
depends
Mikey's
on how
laying.
much time you got in the water.
I don't know. I think it's just getting used to him. It doesn't look like Bryce Young lays off any power. It doesn't look like Mikey Wright lays off of any power. Or Victor when he's on boards like that. I think it's more just getting used to them. Same as when you then switch back to a thruster, you might look slow because you've got to adapt to how slow they are compared. So I think it's I just think it's really cool to see someone of his level and of his age as well, testing and trying different boards. And at the end, it shows that he's ordered two Ryan Birches as well, which is really cool. I thought it was a sick little clip.
Yeah,
So
it was thick. Hey, can I flip something straight back on your map because you're used to me doing that, which I forgot to mention. Like that was Seth's first CT win, right?
win, yeah.
Yeah. So this year we've had Georgie Pitter first CT win, Leo first CT win. Now Seth. Seth waited most more or less as long as Leo, without being as highly ranked. And you'd have to think that there's only three events that Seb would probably win at, and that'd be Chopu, Fiji, and Pipe. And he missed out on winning Pipe the other year from Kelly, who got beaten by a 50-year-old when Seb was in his absolute prime. Obviously, the greatest 50-year-old that's ever surfed. So, I mean, it's so sick to see these people also finally get on the podium and showing this year as well. Is it showing like that there is no leading top dog?
I think, yeah, I think exactly that. I think it shows, like we said it at the start of the year, and it's weird, like you can look at it loads of different ways, but it's obviously, it's just like so level and so hard to predict who's going to beat who. I think it was like the round three at Chopes, and like each heat could have been the final. It was wild. It was like Leo Ramsey, Medina Kelly. I mean, we went through it. Medina Kelly, Baron, Al Cleland, Griff had Miggy Pupo, like, and you just like that. Any one of these could have been a final, and you wouldn't be thinking, what's he doing there or not. So yeah, like I think it just shows that this year the level on tour, obviously like different people at different spots, but the level on tour is just crazy good. Um,
It
which is
is. It's sick. And I just really, really, really hope they get amazing waves. What comes after Chopu? Cloud break, is it? Is it not? Trestles?
yes, it's trestles and then. is it Trestles and then Portugal, or is it Trestles and then the pool?
Vessels, and then they do the cut.
Yeah, is it, and then is that then the pool and then Portugal if they go to the pool? Let's have a quick look. Schedule. So Fiji, then September, it's Trestles, September the 11th to the 20th.
So we can still re-qualify for the pool, Felipe.
And then it's uh the then it's Portugal, and
So
then
basically, after Trestles, there's people that miss out on doing the pool in Portugal, or is it just Portugal they miss out on?
I think it's Portugal and the pool that they miss out on. Where's
Because
the
for some
pool?
people, maybe just say Seth misses out on that, and he says good, and then
Am I missing the
and then he
pool?
goes to Pipe and wins it, gets two victories in a season.
Dex, stress. I can't even see the pool on the calendar.
Yeah, because maybe they've scratched it because of
Oh,
the
they
war.
scratched it
They
off.
were
Yeah.
talking about that, weren't they?
Yeah. And then obviously then wherever the pool falls, and then you've got the Philippines.
Well, there you go.
Oh, they no, sorry, they've moved it to November the 25th to the 29th, the pool. So it's now they've moved it now to event 12. It wasn't meant to be that. So yeah. But so basically we've got cloudy, um 25th of August, then um Trestles, then Portugal, then Philippines, and then maybe a pool. No one's gonna care if they don't go to the pool.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they'd care. I wouldn't care. I reckon they'd be better off throwing in a late Haleiwa. Can they do that? That'd be so sick. Whack Haleiwa straight into the junior. That'd rustle a few feathers. Even though they should have that as a challenger. They could do it like that. They could just put Haleiwa onto the tour and then Sunset as a changer, and then you got a triple crown.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Anyway,
obviously
we're not gonna,
there's got to be
we're not
some
gonna
reason why that's not happening other than just it's not that people don't want it to happen, is it? There's got to be some backsheesh problem or something. I don't know.
Can't they put the changer at anchor point? No one else can get a wave out there. Just put a changer out. No one can get a wave out there anyway on a normal day.
Maybe
So it doesn't. It's not going to matter to the locals that they put a changer on there to bring more people there, because the more people can never catch a wave at anchor point. It's a great wave, and it's in the middle of Europe in swell season at that time of the year.
maybe you'd have the problem that what they had at the GB Cup and locals would paddle out even if like and start just fading people even if it is the
No,
cold.
they want the stardom and all that sort of stuff as well. It'll help them for their tourism,
But
and
they
and
could go to the
people that
Canaries,
go there still won't be able to get a wave anyway.
go to the Canaries and get rocks thrown at them and stuff. That see
Yeah,
how
yeah, all of that.
see how
Well, thanks for having me, Matty. We're the 15th. The Fiji is supposed to start on the 25th.
yeah.
So let's come back and look at the world of surfing through a different lens and have an updated Fiji report.
Yes, indeed. We've got a couple of special guests on the way as well. So we've got a lot coming.
Got a lot coming. Quicksilver Festival, Kelly's coming. That's not for another 6 weeks, but that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
All
If
right, dude, I've got to run.
have a good one.
You.
Au revoir.